Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bird Talk. We talk about only the best birds all day long.
With the best names.
Birds aren't real.
They're not real. So that's why this is going to be a weird Bird Talk. The best names in birds on Bird Talk. I like somebody said, just texted, oh, time to change the station. I'm like, good, time to change my listeners. It's the way it works, guys. If you're going to hit the king, you better kill the king.
Apparently, we're in an airport.
Oh, lordy, lordy. What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Got your hot takes ready, I hope.
Hot take. I got a hot take today.
Got a hot freaking take. I love it. By the way, Belle had a very weird dream last night. Belle, share everybody how you let a bear in the studio.
Got to hear this.
So I take basically melatonin to go to sleep.
There you go.
Watch out for the chonies, baby.
And I had a dream that somewhere along the line I picked up a bear cub. I don't know from where, but I brought it to the station, and somehow when I brought it to the station, it was full grown, and I let it loose. I left it in the lobby, and then Allison, our vice president and big boss of the market, wanted to have me fired because I left the bear in the lobby and nobody could get in.
We couldn't get guests in here.
We couldn't get any guests or any clients into the station because the bear was sitting in the lobby.
Well, and he was probably pooping in there, too.
Probably.
I think he was just waiting to eat somebody.
Probably. You don't want that, guys. So just know, let me tell you something. I'm a professional Tony taker. So when you can take them Tonys, you got to be careful. Unless you build up an immunity to them, you're going to have what he had. There was an hallucination. Right?
Yeah, if I had been awake, it would have been a hallucination.
Spectacular. I love that. So no bears for you. Oh, man. Hot outside. By that, I mean inflation. God, it sucks, doesn't it? You knew it was coming, right? We don't have to be surprised.
What's that?
Inflation being a little hotter than normal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little spicy. It's a little spicy inflation. What I love is the everybody tries to spin it.
Energy tends to lead the inflation numbers, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you got energy. They always try to take away. All right, so inflation is actually pretty good if you take away food, housing, and energy.
If you take away what you need to survive.
If you're buying socks, you're doing all right.
You're doing real good.
No. But, yeah, it's a little spicier than normal. I expect that. I don't know if you're aware of this. There's a war. There's a thing going on in Iran.
An action.
And I like that, an action. Like, what can you say where it is not a war, but it is a war, but it's not a war enough that you would have to go to Congress?
Yeah.
I think that's
Korea.
Yeah, that's right. Korea. It's a police action. That's what you have going on. And, of course, hantavirus, haunting the world. And I heard the most terrifying thing yesterday about the hantavirus. Let me see if I can find it. I pulled it up in all of my stuff here because, the hantavirus is out there. And it's doing its thing. I don't know how many we have now. Do we have a full estimate? Last I checked, I thought it was because we had another person that is mildly sick, but they're not quite sure. But then I heard this, and I knew,
We have this under control, and we're not worried about it.
Yeah. We have it under control, and we're not worried about it, just like the measles. I'm bringing back polio, baby.
And a bear.
And a bear. Speaking of bears, dude, you should go talk to him.
I like that Bell guy.
That Bell guy's talking about bears. Did I ever tell you about the time that I had a bear? It was in my back seat, but it got hot and stinky. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, but I'm not. Look, gas prices will come down eventually, or it's going to be ugly. And that's just it. Now, when will that happen? The fear is, and from all the people I've talked to, whether it's oilprice.com or any of the people that I know, I have a couple buddies who trade in big time in Europe, and we WhatsApp back and forth, as the kids do. And they're like, if we get through this month and there hasn't been any real change, it is going to get ugly because we are going to, at that point, see all of the reserves draw down to so low. Like California, we were listening to somebody about California earlier. I showed a picture to Belle. My uncle got gas last night, $100.
Son of a biscuit eater.
For, what was it, 15 gallons?
16 gallons.
16 gallons.
$100.
Son of a biscuit eater.
100, and that's regular. Now, California's weird. Yeah, their tax is high, but they get a vast majority of their oil from the Middle East because they don't want any refineries. So they would rather have it boated over there, and they're going to run out. The last of the Middle East oil is supposed to arrive here in the next week or two. So that means their prices are about ready to shoot up even more, maybe by an extra $1. So, but $100. And I'm like, whew, that sucks. And it's not like he's got a 16-gallon tank. It's not like it's a, oh, well, my tank's 45 gallons. No, it's a 16-gallon tank. If the Elantra, if you put $100 in the Elantra, that's like 3 full tanks.
Yeah.
So it is, it's ugly out there, no doubt. No doubt. I think it's a...
Actually, 2.5 full tanks.
2.5?
Yeah, because it's costing about $45 now to fill it up.
Damn.
When it usually I could do it for, well, just last month I did it for around $28.
Whew.
I paid $54 and change on last Friday.
Yeah, my wife. What'd you pay?
$4.19, I think.
My wife paid $4.09 yesterday at Costco. That's only the second time I think we've filled up. I mean, it shows you how little we drive. And it's only the second time that she has filled up, we filled up, because since the war, because we don't go anywhere. I mean, we walk to wherever we want to go. I mean, we're so close, we're downtown if we need to do anything. And I think the furthest I'd driven in the last umpteen days was I drove to play golf with my buddy Keith this weekend at the Nashville Country Club. Outside of that, I don't drive anywhere. Costco maybe once a month. So, but I couldn't imagine right now when I lived in Arizona and I had to drive 130 miles a day.
Good grief, man.
God. It's insane.
You're a masochist.
Yeah, I was.
That's a lot.
No, you still are.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's a lot of
I got
driving,
3 hours
man.
of sleep last night.
You
11
got
minutes.
more than that.
3 hours and 11 minutes. What did you guys see? My wife went to Costco yesterday. What did I get?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter, baby.
Big jar of it.
So good.
2 spoons. He's double fisting
One
now.
spoon. It was a tiny little spoon. I'm trying to do the tiny spoon.
The picture showed 2 spoons. That means
I wanted to show the difference.
That means you're double fisting it.
Shut up.
It makes it perpetual.
Oh, it does.
More. More.
Military skirmish. I like how you guys are like telling us what we should call that
A
thing.
military skirmish.
Yeah. Good Lord, I'm a jerk. Probably. There is, yeah. So just filled up $3.99. Thornton's in Gallatin. God, my eyes are horrible. Damn. I just, when you think about the cost of gas, but then we have not felt the impact of what is coming for the other things because boats move slow. There is going to be the knock-on effect, as I like to call, of what is coming inflation-wise. And it is going to be, I think if we stayed right here, a family of 4 is probably going to spend an extra $3,500 to $4,000 between cost of energy. Because remember, oil itself will drag all of the other things with them. So between the cost of energy and then the inflation on top of everything else, and that isn't even taking into effect what may happen with the food supply globally, which is going to struggle as well. So, but God willing, we get it, this thing sorted out sooner rather than later.
Maybe Trump can do something over there with Xi and get this thing over with.
Should I do my joke here, Bell? My joke?
Why not?
I'm like, how long do you think it'll be before Trump does one of those his usual racial and sensitive jokes? Xi, Godzilla, is he real? The Godzilla fella, is that a real thing? Just see him.
Can we borrow him?
What do you think of Winnie the Pooh?
Well, see, and that would be wrong on two fronts.
Yeah, for those of you guys don't know, Winnie the Pooh is outlawed in China.
And Godzilla's Japan.
And Godzilla's Japan. It's pretty awesome. Hey, Kwai Chang Kang, is he from here? He's just, I think they're going to talk a lot about AI.
Yeah.
That's the big deal. Because at some point, there's going to have to be just like there's a nuclear proliferation agreement, there's going to have to be an AI for two reasons. One, us, two, we cannot allow this to get so big and out of control in our race to become, the powerhouses that this thing overtakes us. We can't allow that. And, where is the limit? Just like with nuclear weapons, where is that limit when it comes to AI? China's doing a better job of protecting their jobs to a certain point, but we're still further ahead in a lot of ways. So, but I think that besides all of the stuff, he's going to have to ask Xi, all right, dude, what can you do? Can you talk? Who should I be talking to over there? We got a guy named Wayne. I don't think that's his real name, but he says he's the guy. But I think that he's going to see if Xi can get them to capitulate a little bit. But if you're Xi, why would you? Right? I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is weird. You know who's got to be the most pissed out of all of this, though? North Korea. Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon, and North Korea was able to bring nobody to its knees, but Iran can right now with all of the stuff going on globally. That has to just piss him off. And then I hear today, did you see, Ken, maybe you saw this, did you see that boat that sank that left Russia?
No.
With the nuclear stuff on it that they think was heading to North Korea, potentially for a nuclear submarine?
Good grief.
That's spicy. And it's got nuclear stuff on it. And you know what it was? It looked like a tuna boat. It wasn't some big fancy thing. It looked like a tuna trawler.
Yeah, you don't want to be, attracting attention.
No, you don't. But I was like, whoa. That's a scary thing. Because here's another scary thing. That thing's at the bottom of the ocean and everybody's going to be searching for it.
Yeah.
I've seen these movies. This is when Jack Ryan comes in and has to do something. Whatever Jack Ryan we have on tap. So I do think, though, Trump and Xi, how does Xi play this? Because while this has slowed their economy a little bit, they have been preparing somewhat for this. How does Trump go there, try to get some deals done, but at the same time, the biggest deal, I think, globally, it has to be, you've got to say, all right, what exactly are you going to do to help us so we can help you? Or do they not talk about it? Or do you show up wearing a Winnie the Pooh outfit? Oh, that would be so awesome. How hilarious would that be? You open the door and there's Winnie the Pooh dancing around. Just, it's not very nice. So a lot of stuff to get to today. We'll talk a little bit about, obviously, what's going on in Iran, bigger. The Trump phone thing, if you guys haven't heard the phone, have you heard the phone stuff? How crazy it is, Trump's phones? Yeah, these aren't going the way that a lot of people thought they were going to go. We'll talk about that, among other things. Religion and Trump, the golden statue this weekend, which is insane, but I didn't get to it yesterday, which was crazy. Bell and sports, and, of course, Hot Take Tuesday. Remember how Hot Take Tuesday works. It's not politics. It's fun. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's music-based. It's movies. Whatever you want, you throw it out there. Anything but politics. Because that's what we like doing here. Like having a lot of fun. And yes, we'll talk some serious stuff today as well, including more on inflation, a bunch of other good stuff as well. Reach out to us across all of our social media. Doesn't hurt anything to like something. And make sure you check us out across all of our social media. Me too, at Chad Benson Show. This is the Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 997. Omaha Steaks, delicious, amazing. Right now, $99.99 for 20 amazing burgers. The Burger Perfection Pack. And we're talking about the best burgers. You're going to save $35 at checkout when you use my code Benson. Now, check this out. So you're going to get ground, incredible top sirloin. Ooh. You're going to get New York strip. What? You're going to get filet, brisket. You're going to get all of these amazing burgers, 20 of them. Then they're going to throw in 8 free smash burgers, but they're Wagyu smash burgers. They're otherworldly. It's grilling season. You want to get out there and grill? Do it with the best around Omaha Steaks. 1917. They've been America's butcher this long. We barbecue at least 2 or 3 times a week, and these burgers are otherworldly. Start it off right. Get your grilling season up and running with the Burger Perfection Pack from Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use my code Benson. It's 100% unconditional bite-for-bite money-back guarantee right now. Save $35 off at checkout. omahasteaks.com. Use code Benson. Save $35. See site for detailed terms may apply.
Well, a mayor here in Middle Tennessee is proposing a 31-cent property tax increase to help close the city budget gap. We'll let you know who. And also, Americans are carrying more debt than ever. These stories and more at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, yeah, baby. Every Tuesday, we sit down, we relax. We get a little something off of our chest for everybody to take a gander at, take a listen to, and then throw your stuff back. You know what time it is. Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday. Smoking hot take. Let's start with Bell.
I'd rather be sandy and dirty than oily and sticky.
I like that one. I don't know where you got that. I don't know what movie you were watching.
That's that's out of left field right there, man.
I do hate the sand, though.
I don't like it, but I prefer it over being all greasy.
It's yeah, and the sticky side too, especially if you have any hair on your arms or anything. But the whole The sand follows you forever.
Well, you don't want the swamp ass with the
No,
sand.
God, no. That is a rash waiting to happen. Oh, good God. All right, so no, sand and dirt are fine with you. No oil and stick
Right.
for young Bell. What you got for us?
All right. The dentist office is the only place where someone says, this won't hurt a bit, right before financially and emotionally body slamming your entire week.
Oh, so true. So true. And what do you mean? First of all, it hurts before you stick the first thing in there. You're going to feel a pinch while I jab this thing into your face.
Right.
Then what's going to happen is it's not going to be fully done. We're going to start working on you. And then when we're finished, it's finally going to go fully numb and you will drool on yourself for several hours.
And then comes the bill.
No doubt. My God, the bills are dented. Like, if you ever, there's a reason that people fly to Turkey to get work done. I mean, you could come here and you could get a full set of veneers for $28,500 to run in a special. We got a Groupon. Or you could fly to Turkey and for $9,000 spend a week there and they'll put you up and you do all that stuff. Where I used to live, we lived right there. We're about an hour and 20 minutes from Yuma, and right across the border, when you start getting close, you see all these dental signs everywhere.
Yes.
And the dentist we used to go to over there, so amazing. He went to Harvard. He's an American. His office is incredible, and it cost us virtually nothing. If you want a full set of veneers, that's nothing. That is nothing. Just, I love it. I absolutely. That shows you how crazy and how expensive it is. Because so much of what he would say is the expense is first of all, paying your people. But secondly, so much of it's insurance and things like that. You're having to carry so many different things. It's insane. It really is. It is insane. All right. For me, the donut thing. Somebody said you should bring this back yesterday. I said, I'm going to. I got another donut the other day. I like a donut. Donuts are like pizzas. There's a few things that should be on them, and that's it. I don't need any of the other crap. Pizza, you know what should be on it? Pepperoni, maybe some sausage. If you like a vegetable or two, anchovies should be nowhere near a pizza.
That's bait.
That is bait. It is just my daughter, my eldest, she eats anchovies raw. What's wrong with you?
Sure she's yours?
No. What? What are you doing? It's gross. But food used to be, to a certain extent, it's now an adventure. And it's not a personality, by the way. It's a donut. Okay, it's a cupcake. It's a pizza. Stop with messing with the food. And you know what? The thing's like, so they got an assortment of donuts, my wife and the kids and everything, and they did it themselves. They didn't do it themselves. It's one of those, we're going to pick for you. So they got 2 dozen, one all glaze, one all assortment. The assortment one sat there for like a week because nobody wanted it, right? Nobody wants jelly and yuck and all kinds of crap and custard inside of something.
I do.
Again, look at your hair. The whole thing is all bad, just for whatever. You just like being that juxtaposing position.
I don't want jelly, but I'll take cream.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Boston
yeah.
cream.
Oh, God, disgusting.
That's awesome.
That's gross. It's like eating a zit. Right? Chocolate old fashioned. Right? Maybe a twist. We're moving on with our lives. Pepperoni, maybe sausage. Moving on with our life. If you ever put fish near me like that, that is just... It's not a personality type, people. It's not. All right, coming up. Talk a little bit about Iran. What's going on there? How close are we to figuring out if we're going to get this thing done? Top of that, got to talk a little about the phones, the Trump phones. Rather, some people are not happy about the Trump phones. That is understanding. Redistricting, bunch of other good stuff on the way. And again, a little while, Bell does sports, and he does it better than anybody ever. How many Emmys do you have now?
I can't count them.
God, he carries them out.
Too many to count.
Too many fans. You were humble. That's what I love about you. Humble. That's what we call him now, Humble Bell. Humble Bell. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7.
12:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Clarksville Mayor Joe Pitts is proposing a 31-cent property tax increase to help close the city budget cap. News Channel 5 says Mayor Pitts also calling for the city to cut school funding to the state required minimum, ending decades of extra support. Pitts says rising costs for infrastructure, public safety, and city employees leave few options. School leaders warn the move would leave the district $3.5 million short next year. Americans carrying more debt than ever, with total household debt now at $18.8 trillion. That's up slightly from the previous quarter and marks a new all-time high. Mortgage debt still makes up the largest share, followed by auto loans, credit cards, and student loans. Federal Reserve researchers say overall late payments are holding steady, though stress is building for some borrowers. And we're waiting to see if anything comes from President Trump's suggestion to suspend the federal gasoline tax to help Americans' finances.
With the war in its 11th week and the Strait of Hormuz still virtually at a standstill, Americans are feeling the squeeze. Gas prices are up $1.55 since the war began, now hovering around $4.50 a gallon. And a new poll shows a majority of Americans, some 63%, say their household's personal financial situation has taken a hit from those rising prices at the pump. The president now considering suspending the federal gas tax, which could lower prices some 18 cents per gallon.
It's a small percentage, but it's still money.
But President Trump will need the help of Congress to do that.
And the commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration resigning today. Dr. Marty Makari's departure comes after weeks of reports the White House was planning to fire him. Makari's tenure was marked by internal upheaval and policy clashes, including disputes over vaping products and abortion-related drug regulation. FDA Deputy Commissioner Kyle DeMantis is expected to serve as acting commissioner. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Oh, kids, my good friends over there. Beacon would love to talk to you about your investments, your retirement. A lot of things go with retirement. A lot of people think, oh, I'm retired, I'm done now. No, you got to make sure you still have income. You've worked hard. You got a 401k, maybe you've got an IRA, all these things. You want to make sure you're receiving that income and you don't outlive it. They can help you with that. You're still going to have to pay taxes. You're also going to be in a situation where you're going to have to worry about Medicare and, yes, even health insurance, maybe in other ways. And then you start thinking about estate planning, long-term care. They've got it all covered for you. It's the beauty of what they do over at Beacon. Now, right now, you can get a free personalized financial consultation. All you have to do is call 615-488-9303. 615-488-9303. They're local. They're amazing. They'll show you all the things they're able to do for you in every way, shape, or form, from protecting what you've worked so hard for and including things like that estate planning to taxes and everything else. Beacon has you covered. Call Beacon today for your free personalized financial consultation, 615-488-9303 or online at beaconcm.com. This is a paid placement. I was looking today for World Cup tickets, and I said, all right, let's say I want to go to Dallas to see England take on Croatia. Cheapest tickets I could find. So far in the nosebleeds, $3,500 a piece. I passed on those. I told Jack, we're going to go see Haiti versus the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It's a nickel.
Just getting ready to say, there you go.
No, we're going to go see Spain. That's who I'm paying, it's an event. Sometimes in life, like this is a memory. Even though Jack loves all sports, he doesn't play soccer, but he loves all sports. And it's a memory, us going there to watch it. He gets to see Lamine Yamal because it's funny how kids, the kid's got the riz, as the kids would say, right? He's got charisma. He's got the riz. And he's only 17, this kid from Spain who's probably the best player in the world. So we're going to go there and see that. But the ticket prices are insane. Just crazy insane. I knew they would be expensive, but they're expensive. They're kind of the crazy expensive where you're like, who's paying for this right now? Because it's not even into the final rounds. But then I was reading that the UFC fight at the White House because why not? Give them bread and put the circus on. So they're going for $1 million for seats around the ring. That's crazy. I didn't even know you could buy it. I figured it would be just because you figure, look, if you're going to invite somebody to the White House, I don't know if I'd invite anybody who could buy a ticket, especially considering what Trump has gone through, whether you believe it or not, because a lot of people out there apparently are not believing that he was, there was assassination attempts and they were all fake. But I don't, by the way. I believe they were real. But I would think that you would say, look, it's going to be a fun night. It'll be more intimate. We'll handpick a select few regular audience people, and the rest of it's just going to be kind of the stars and stuff. Because I don't know if I want people roaming the grounds. Who was it? Was it Jackson? When he won the presidency, he invited everybody over to the house after his inauguration, and then people couldn't leave for like 3 days. They wouldn't just leave. He couldn't get them out of the house.
He should have just had Secret Service shoot him.
He decided, no, I'll shoot him. I'm really good at that. I'm really, really good at that. All right, kids. The Trump phone thing is interesting. If you guys don't know anything about the Trump phone, here's some happy folks.
Hey, Trump supporter here. This goes out to Don Jr. and Eric. Where the is my phones? I ordered 4 gold Trump phones in the summer. Now we can't get any updates on them.
So did anybody listening, did any of you buy a Trump phone? I had one MAGA friend that bought a Trump phone. Well, hold on. He put a deposit down of like $100. And he's got all kinds of Trump paraphernalia.
I didn't even know they were a thing.
Yeah. So originally, last year, right, Eric and the boys came out and they were like, we're going to do a Trump phone. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really, exciting. We're going to have all of these cool things with these phones, and we're going to make them here, and they're going to be amazing. And they're only going to be, I don't know, $500. Then 590,000 people or something like that. $60 million comes in. They're going to come out in August, September, October, November, December. Now nothing. Then they changed the terms of service, which is angering some people in the terms of service place, because these terms of service have changed to the point where you've now bought the right for the phone if indeed they ever produced the phone.
Last year, I put down a $100 deposit for the Trump phone, and I thought paying the deposit meant they would make the phone and then send it to me, because that's how deposits work, right? Wrong. From Trump Mobile terms and conditions, a deposit is not a purchase. It doesn't mean they accepted your order. It doesn't create a contract for sale. It doesn't even reserve you a phone. So what does your $100 get you? Well, it provides a conditional opportunity to buy the phone if Trump Mobile ever decides to sell one. Okay, so nothing. It gets you nothing. I'm paying $100 for the chance to maybe give you more money in the future if you decide to make the product that I'm paying for in the first place. What?
Yeah. So, and you go and look at the terms of service. They have changed it back again now. If you want a refund, you can get a refund. And originally it was all supposed to be made here in America. So you know how many phones are manufactured here in America? It's one. Costs like $2-3 grand, so like some ridiculous amount. And the reason? Nobody's going to pay that. Few are going to pay that. And when you're doing mass production, you just can't. We don't have the people to do it. And so there's one. So now it went from it's American made to, ready for this, brought to you by American Ingenuity. made for you by little Chinese kids, brought to you by American Ingenuity. People aren't happy. I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be. I mean, and I think it's a fair question to ask. They have used, look, I was all over the Nancy Pelosi's of the world. And last week, if I'm correct, I think she made $3 million off trades. God, that's insane, right? Well, she's getting ready to retire. It's good to know that she's still working. So, because you can, have you seen the app? Have you gone to the app? You can go to the app that follows her trades and all the others' trades. Now it's built up to be a fund, and these people are killing it. So what they do is they just buy whatever the politicians buy en masse. They just go and buy. So we should all be pissed about this. I mean, what was it? Hunter Biden. Look, I didn't care that Hunter sold $500,000 paintings, whatever. Because quite frankly, his art was as good as anybody else's art that looks like it's finger painted and cost $40 million. But the fact that they use their insider knowledge and use their position pissed me off. And the same thing goes for the Trumps. You can't be pissed at calling them the Biden crime family when the Trumps have made $3 or $4 billion off crypto and everything else and selling their phone. Their phone is spectacular. It's gold, by the way, Bell, with a big T on it.
Sure, it's not a cross?
No, it's a T. It's just a regular old T. Although it could be a cross, but they're too busy because they've got the golden one.
Can you play Farmtown on it?
Maybe. Probably. I would assume so. Is that what you play on yours?
No.
What do you have on yours? Do you have a game you play?
Asteroids and Galaga. But I get that through Apple. And it's very difficult on your cell phone.
Yeah, it is. That is, Galaga is super hard on your cell phone. I love Galaga. That's still my favorite game.
I loved it.
That is still my favorite game. Absolutely the best game around. Galaga, just fantastic. It's funny, too, when I play with, like, Jack and stuff, we'll go places. Kids aren't used to not being able to restart a game, like the game be over. Where, yeah, they'll play games, but they're for a long time, and it's at home and stuff. They're not used to putting a quarter in, and then the game's over. Like, well, what else? Don't I have 95 more lives? No. That's it. Now you got to go back and try again so you can get into the top 10 like your dad.
Start all over.
Like your dad did. I'm number 8, baby. So if any of you, some of you did get the phone. I like it.
And it really is gold?
Yeah. Get over the Trump phone. He's still waiting on his. Yeah, it's gold. That's what the whole thing is. They're, I couldn't imagine, first of all, buying anything from any politician. But the whole Trump thing is like the phone, the gold thing, and the way it's kind of gone sideways. I can understand why people are pissed. They made $60 million on that. And last week, I know a lot of people don't say anything bad about Trump. I'm talking about the grift. We should all be pissed about this is not for your entertainment and wealth. And the fact that billionaires are paying so they can hang out with you or bought you a big golden statue, which is creepy. That is creepy. That is. I'm sorry. That's weird. But go look at the crypto stuff, how much money people lost in crypto because they went out and bought all the meme coins and the crypto stuff. And if, it's the same thing with any of our politicians. You shouldn't use your office. And I know we say that and none of them ever listen, and we can't force them to. We can't even force them to pass a bill to open up the books to see if we have had to pay the taxpayer to settle sexual harassment suits. Think about that. So to think that they're going to stop trading is insane. We should force them, but we won't because we don't seem to do that stuff, which sucks, by the way. Coming up, we're going to do a little sports talk. I like sports, Bill. You're so good at sports. Have you been practicing? Do you go home at night and practice?
No.
No.
No, this is all just off, it's a chain of just stream of consciousness.
Those are the best sports guys, stream of consciousness. Yesterday, we learned about cheese and rolling down a hill.
Hey, that's a legit sport.
It's a legit violent thing. Now, I've watched some of it. There's another one that's weird, too. Have you seen the one I think it's in Northern Ireland or Scotland, where they roll like a coin down the streets?
A coin's not going to break somebody's legs if it hits them. I prefer the big old thing of cheese.
Is that what you prefer?
Yes.
The big thing of cheese?
Yes.
And remember, you could win it and still be unconscious, which is fantastic. So you never know about that. One of the things Bell was telling me just a while ago, the Baltimore Bridge. Was that the St. Francis Bridge? What was that? Or Key Scott Bridge. Francis.
Yeah.
They've charged somebody with it's not terrorism, neglect, I guess. Was he drunk?
Just says they've charged the ship operator, and he is facing federal charges.
Man, that thing went down. Remember that? How crazy that was? Those ships are big. I don't know how we're going to tow that thing in the Elantra.
We just got to get the right kind of hitch, boys.
Yeah, it was a big old container ship.
Yeah, that thing knocked over that bridge like it was nothing. It's like one of those, when you look at it, it showed there was a little damage but the bridge was gone. Just gone. Crazy. So coming up, he does sports like nobody else in the business.
Shooty
hoops, stick ball, kicking things. It's all happening.
Oblong ball.
Oblong ball.
Kick ball.
Hand egg. Next on hand egg.
Spoons.
In England, they used to call baseball sissy girl rounders because you run around the bases. Bulwark Capital right now is, they're cleaning up. I was talking to him yesterday. Thank you for the craziness in the oil. But they want to talk to you about the energy markets themselves, how chaotic energy markets are, how you can benefit off energy markets, and why energy is so important. So it's called The Impact of Energy. It's a webinar. It's the 21st of this month. It's absolutely free. They're going to show you why energy is so important to all of the markets globally and how it can impact both negatively your retirement and the rewards that can come from it when you do it right. It's at 5:30 our time, so 21st of this month. That is a Thursday. You can sign up for free today. I'm telling you guys, worst case scenarios, you're going to learn a little bit about them, lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. You're going to learn a lot about the markets, and it takes about 45 minutes or so. You can ask a bunch of questions. And as they always say, worst case scenarios, you learn something. Best case scenarios, you want to continue to talk to my friends at Bulwark. So why don't you sign up for today for the Impact of Energy webinar happening Thursday, 21st at 5:30. Sign up today at knowyourriskpodcast.com, KNOW riskpodcast.com. For bold capital management, investment advisory service offered through Trick Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investment fall risk, not a guarantee. Past performance, not guarantee future results. Trick 2695.
We are getting a new look today about how much debt Americans are carrying. We've got that for you and more coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I have a feeling we're in a little bit of debt.
Just a little.
Just a little. Things are good. Just a little. It's going to be a lot of fun outside.
Don't worry about that. The Republicans are they're fixing it.
They got it. They got it. Inflation, dead. Crush that. Just like sports.
Now it's time for Sports with Bell. When you need to know sports information, you turn to the guy who calls basketball shooty hoops. Let's talk some sports with Bell.
Yeah, Bell is a mofo. Bell is crazy AF. All right, sports guy, what you got?
Well, I got nothing. I got nothing.
That is why he's the best in the business, kids. Nobody does it better.
Who won last night, Brother Bilal?
The team.
The team.
There was that guy, and he had the ball, and I was like, oh, yeah, team. There's that. So
Did
the other
that,
guy's like,
did that NASCAR driver actually destroy a Chili's, or was he just joking about it?
what?
There was a NASCAR driver that was joking about destroying a Chili's. Or actually, I'm asking if he was joking about
This is what I
destroying
love about him. The other thing is he'll bring up stuff, and he's like, what do you think of that? I said, I think that story's 3 years old. Well, I saw it, okay? So we're going to talk about it.
That counts.
It's new to me.
It is new to me.
I got to look that up.
What was the guy that got arrested here, the influencer?
Yeah, he apparently tried to skip on a $400 bill.
What's
And
his
apparently it was live. It was like live and everything.
You know
Chubb,
what's
is that his
even
name?
worse about that is the server, as they're taking orders and bringing stuff out, the server is probably thinking, man, I'm going to get a huge tip on this
Yeah.
one.
This is just
and
like,
they go home with nothing.
This is just like Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
right?
he's Chud the Builder.
Chud the Builder.
Yeah.
Chud. Cannibalistic, humanoid, underground dweller.
His real name is 28-year-old Dalton Etherly.
It's a weird name. 28-year-old?
Man, if that story turns out to be true, which I don't know if it will or not, but if it is true, that guy is a complete stiff.
So
He is
wait,
a horrible person.
the goal, he went, what kind of restaurant was it?
It's Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Doing, Chud? You dumbass. So you go there. What a chud, by the way. If you know what the slang words for the youth, a chud's not a good thing. So he went there and he was going to stiff as part of the fun?
It says, let's see. While dining in, the restaurant noticed Etherly had been live streaming despite being asked not to. Now, when staff asked him to stop, the arrest warrant states he became disruptive, yelling, screaming, making racial comments, causing a disturbance inside the restaurant. This is from Fox 17. Police say he refused to pay for the meal as he was being kicked out by restaurant staff, and then was later charged with theft of $1,000 or less after he ordered 2 full entrees, drinks, and appetizers, totaling $371.55.
What a chud.
Yeah, so apparently he went in live streaming. They said, hey, can you stop? And he wasn't going to do it.
So Chud the Builder.
Chud the Builder.
Not to be confused with Chud the movie, 1984, phenomenal cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
Chud is the opposite of Chad, right?
Yeah, you don't want
If
to
you're
be.
a Chad, you're a good person.
If you're a Chad, yeah. If you're a Giga Chad, you're the man. So look at this guy. What a clown. How many followers did he have?
I don't know. I got to look that up.
So that's a good thing. Chud. What a clown. You're a clown, Chud. Chud the Clown should be his name. Oh, look at him. He's got the mustache and the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
What? Absolutely.
Like everybody does in Nashville.
Yeah, no doubt. And by the way, don't stiff people, for God's sakes. They're working hard for their money. Clown. Coming up. A lot of good stuff. Talk a little bit about Iran. Trump's going to China. It's going to be great. The Chinese are there. So probably going to get some Chinese food. Jen Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes, and we're getting a new look this morning at how much debt we're all carrying. ABC's Mike Dubusky.
The amount of debt that U.S. households now hold is at an all-time high, $18.8 trillion over the first 3 months of the year, according to new data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Overall, this was driven by higher balances on mortgages and auto loans. Student debt ticked down slightly to $1.66 trillion in the first quarter, but the bank also found many are falling behind on their student loan payments, with now 10% of student loan balances past due. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Latest inflation report out showing prices getting higher. Consumer Price Index shows prices 3.8% higher in April than they were at the same time a year ago. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
This inflation report shows that prices are going up overall at the fastest pace now in 3 years. That 3.8% inflation rate, a lot of that driven by the spike in gas and energy that we've seen since the start of the Iran war. So that rate, that 3.8% rate, we have not seen inflation been going up at this pace since May of 2023.
Gasoline prices, Rachel Scott?
The president now considering suspending the federal gas tax, which could lower prices some 18 cents per gallon.
It's a small percentage, but it's still money.
But President Trump will need the help of Congress to do that. Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune says in the past he's not been a fan of the idea. But if President Trump wants to make the argument, I'm sure everybody will give him a chance and hear him out. Meanwhile, some Democrats argue it would only be a short-term fix.
Yeah, right now in Middle Tennessee, we are paying $4.16 on average per gallon, according to Gas Buddy. Some folks don't have to worry much about the price of anything anymore. Here in Tennessee, the lottery confirms a $4 million scratch-off ticket sold in Covington, purchased at the Exxon Food Mart, came from the gigantic Jumbo Bucks game. Lottery officials say players statewide collected more than $25 million in prizes last week. And days before the winning ticket was set to expire, the winner of a $78 million Texas lottery jackpot has come forward to claim that prize. But the identity of that winner, says ABC's Jim Ryan, is a mystery.
It may have been a single mother holding down two jobs, a group of factory workers who had pooled their money to buy the ticket, or a cryptocurrency billionaire. We may never know because the successful lotto player has established a South Dakota-based trust to mask his, her, or their identity. We do know that the mystery winner chose the cash value option and received $44 million before taxes.
And sources say FDA Commissioner Marty McCarry is out, ending a turbulent 13-month tenure at the agency. The move follows mounting pressure from the Trump administration over regulatory decisions tied to vaping products, drug approvals, and abortion pills. The White House has reportedly authorized McCarry's departure after weeks of internal deliberations. Deputy Commissioner Kyle DeMantis is slated to take over on an interim basis. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Yeah. By the way, I found out who the Chud is. I had no idea. He is according to this, wonderful listeners and texters. Yes. Chud is a racist who goes around and picks fights with black people on TikTok.
Nice guy, if that's true.
Yeah. Now, that may not be true. I don't know. I don't know because I'm not on that side of TikTok. I would have to get away from Sid and Marty Krofft and capybaras.
Yeah.
And I'm not ready to do it.
And
I don't know.
And turtles and pigs.
Turtles and pigs. I don't know what I sent you today. Some weird thing. There was something I was like, what the hell is this?
What?
Like, who made these things in the 70s?
On the talk?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I love that stuff. But I had no idea who the Chud was. Right? Now we know who the Chud is, allegedly. And the whole, look, social media is, even now, I mean, when I leave here and I walk home, especially on the weekends, and now that the weather's good, I can't walk by the naked roundabout without 10 girls dancing in front of it while their friends are filming, and vice versa. Some of them, nice. Some of them, ew. But we have now put ourselves in a position to think about this. That guy, that stuff lives with you forever. So what if in 5 years, you're like, man, I was a jerk. What was I thinking? Hey, don't worry. It's out there because as we know, well, the internet forgets, right? Never.
Yeah, it never goes away.
Never goes away. And you going around picking fights and just because everybody wants to be seen. It's like the thing. I need to be seen. One of the worst things that's ever happened to us in our history when it comes to modern technology is somebody says, it's a good idea. Let's put the phone on front of the camera so I could watch myself. I'm like, wow. And look, I've done ridiculous things, like fun stuff for my friends. I would never, like even us, like we're all the Gen X generation, right? We're the coolest. We know that. Us making our friends laugh, I never in a million years doing the silly stuff that we did would ever think, hey, you guys should film me so other people could like my stuff. It was kind of a personal thing. And then I'm always just... And if you guys know any influencers, I've got a couple friends that are pretty big influencers. They've got several million followers. First of all, it's a job. And it's exhausting.
It's a grind.
It is a grind. It is a grind. And we work with a lot of influencers, my uncle and I, and they'll tell you what a grind it is. It's 24/7 at times, filming yourself all day and, cutting it up and editing it and what you've got in your mind.
Waking up in the morning knowing you have to have X amount of content published today.
Every day, X amount. Like tonight, I'm going to do a video. Guys, check it out at Chad Benson Show on the YouTube. But it's the grind where you think every day you wake up, like Mr. Beast, he's got a massive group of people. Most of them don't. And they don't have that. And you have to think of new content every single day, something new every day.
Several times a day,
yeah.
Sometimes.
And in this business, like I said, if I wasn't in this business, I don't know what I do because it sucks. I don't want to have a real job. Have you ever had a real job? It's awful. Some of you have jobs. They're horrible. But if I was, I wouldn't follow the news and get into any kind of battle over Trump or politics, right? Because I just, at that point in time, whatever, I'll watch it and I'll pay attention when I'll read the things I want to read. But think about, the friends I have, they always ask me, to, how do you go and do a video at night? And I'm like, because it's just easier for me to do lives. I can't do videos anymore because I don't have the hours to edit it and think about it. And like you said, and then to go live here, to do this, to flip, that is a job itself, let alone all the other stuff we do. Oh, goodness me. But going out and fighting people, that's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it says this guy, he has over 200,000 followers on X. On Instagram, he maintains a smaller profile with around 6,400 followers.
Mm.
He got kicked off from Kick. And he apparently does other controversial streams on alternative sites like pump.fun.
God.
How many of these are there?
You know, there's so many of them because people want to push it to, they want to be habitual line steppers, right? They want to get to the line, cross it, see how long until TikTok or Insta or somebody else will kick them off, right? So you start to build it up and then you go further and further.
Yeah.
Then you go to these other ones where you can push the envelope and they don't really care. And I've never even heard of that one. What's it called?
Pump.fun.
Pump.fun.
Yeah, capital P-U-M-P dot lowercase F-U-N.
It does not sound like fun.
No, I'm not. I don't even think I'm going to put it on my computer.
No.
I'm not going to click it.
By the way, Todd says, do OnlyFans. It's easier. If it was only that easy.
Yeah.
Because I have to get out there every day and I have to wash my feet. I have to make sure they look great. I have to cut my nails. I have to make sure everything looks on point because to have my feet look as good as they do, that just doesn't happen.
It's a grind,
It
man.
is a grind. You know, I don't like when I see stars that, you know, they want to go out and make $3 million in a week. I don't begrudge anybody for that.
No, man.
No, you're an adult. Do what you want to do. Now, going out and starting fights with people and stiffing people is ridiculous. But you're an adult. And you know what I'm amazed at? A vast majority of girls that do OnlyFans, they don't make a ton of money. But the ones who do, Amarotha, I think that's her name, and the other one that we were talking about a couple weeks ago, when you watch her and watch both of them, I watched Amarotha on, what's his name? Hammer. Colin Hammer, I think it is, the kid that does the financial stuff and always makes fun of people because they're so much debt. She's got like $25 million in property. She has like 4 gas stations that make her like $200,000 a month each. She is set up for life. And you're like, you know, how can I complain with that? And the other girl who makes the most on OnlyFans now, who's making $50 million a year, she's like, look, I have set myself up for life and I'm continuing to do so I don't ever have to do this again. I want to live on my farm and just be left alone, which is the way that I want to be.
Get that chunk of change, invest it wisely, and disappear.
Yes. Yeah. Well, people will know who you are. Not when I live out in the middle, like Bell. Like Bell could do OnlyFans all day and never show his face, and then he can live in his little cave.
Nobody know who he is.
Nobody would know who he is.
Except for my tattoos.
Except who?
My tattoos.
You cover those up, dude.
Oh, I guess.
Right? They have that. You can cover that up. Put a bag on your head or whatever furry thing you're going to go with. But just, yeah. Would you do OnlyFans for $1 million a week? Yeah. Absolutely. Would I? Duh. I wouldn't do that. Oh, I would. You won't have any friends. I'll buy new friends. $1 million a week, I get new friends. I can, but just don't fight people. Watching grown men fight is bizarre. Because don't you have a job?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what are you doing? Don't you have, like, even when I go out and I play soccer even now, and you'll play with younger guys and they'll want to slide tackle you. It's like, dude, I have a job tomorrow. I don't need you to break my leg because you want to win your rec soccer league game.
Right.
Go ahead, take it. I don't care. I've already been there and done that. That is, no, that's insane. Absolutely insane. The war, it's going to be over. That's what Trump says. Not long before the war is over. I don't think he's going to attack in the next few days because he's going to be in China, and I don't think he's going to do that. I think he wants China to help him out. He wants China. China's they've got issues too. They downgraded their outlook for growth because oil, but it's not just oil. Everything's going to get more expensive. And they've got a lot of oil that are in reserves. They got about 1.5 billion barrels, a B, in reserves. But they use a lot every single day. But they're still getting stuff from Russia, Malaysia, and Brazil. So it's not like they're not getting anything. That being said, Yeah, I think they'd like to see this thing just drag on long enough to make it more of a nightmare, but not too long. Right, just a smidge longer, but not too long. And I don't know what Xi's going to, like, how do you trust Xi? I don't think you can. And I don't think you can trust Xi at all. But does he want to end this? What's in it for him? No idea. No idea. So we'll see.
More stability.
Yeah.
That's the thing. China needs stability.
They do.
We all do.
You know, I was talking to my buddy Mike Lyons today. We were talking about, he's a big military analyst. And China needs stability. There's no doubt. But one of the things is their military's hurting because of the one kid policy rule.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to send their kid off to potentially die in a war at all.
Interesting how that's universal.
Right? Like, yeah, that is universal. But especially if you don't have any more kids.
Right.
So that means your bloodline essentially could be dead. And so they don't want to do that. And they just don't, I mean, it is interesting the way that they're viewing stuff, because I think they thought, well, we all have enough people here just in case we got into a war. But I think they were woken up by their stuff doesn't work. Right? You don't know if your stuff works until it works. It's put to the test. And it didn't really do anything in you go and look and see what took place in Venezuela. Now, some of that was the fact that she totally sold him out. I think we all know that. She totally did. She absolutely sold him out. And I saw today Trump is seriously considered trying to make Venezuela the 51st state. What? No. But I think the interesting thing about, again, with China is he's got to keep a lot of young people happy. Because the last thing you need is pissed off, angry young people with nothing to do. Because when you have that is when you run into serious trouble. Because they're the ones who are out on the streets. They're the ones who take those last 3 or 4 big, huge things that we saw last year, demonstration marches. Those were mostly young people. And look what happened in, what was it, Malaysia? Where they turned off the internet and the young got pissed.
Oh, yeah.
And overnight, they changed the entire government because of the internet. So, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff to do over there. I think they're going to come up to some form of agreement. The difference is how hard is he going to push the likes of whoever is running that country right now to get away. Because he knows that it's hurting Trump and weakening him the longer this thing goes. All right, coming up, it's Hot Take Tuesday. Now, not 1, not 2, but 3 hot takes. We got your hot take. Somebody said earlier today, putting mustard on stuff is like a big F you to the food.
Especially if it's a dessert.
Yeah, that is true. That seems like something kids would
or
do.
Pizza.
Oh,
Or spaghetti.
Oh, have you ever seen people put ketchup on spaghetti?
Yeah, I had a cousin that did that.
What was special?
What?
Special?
Probably.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. I don't want to make fun of him if he is or isn't. But I've seen people do that. That is the weirdest thing in the world. That is so bizarre. Stop messing with food. It should be normal.
Never seen it, but I have heard tell of people putting ketchup on their spaghetti.
That is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Wrong. Coming up, a little Hot Take Tuesday on this Tuesday. Chad Bench, Super Talk 997. Relief Factor. Get relief, baby, with Relief Factor. Does your body hurt? Relief Factor will get you out of the pain. Relief Factor. I take it every single day. It's awesome. It fights inflammation, right, around your joints and your muscles, and it's naturally formulated. It's not going to, you can take it every day. You're not going to be addicted to it. And it's been, so you go and look at how it's tested, right? It's FDA facilities they use. They third-party test it, potency, right, the purity to make sure it's good. and it works from the inside out. It fights inflammation, which allows you to walk better, to feel better, to have more energy, and keep going because it's the little things, right? Your back hurts a little bit. Oh, your ankles, your knees. You don't want that. Relief Factor is going to help you with that. Get out of pain. Start living a better life with Relief Factor. So get yourself a Relief Factor right now. $19.95. It's a 3-week quick start. Go to relieffactor.com and get yours today. Relieffactor.com or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF for Relief Factor.
Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark has passed away at the age of 29. And we're getting a new look this afternoon at how much debt we're all carrying from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. These stories and more coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Man, that's a shocker.
29.
29 years young. You'd have to think might have been an issue.
Yeah, that's
I
sort of thing. No cause released.
Don't know if he had any problems mentally. Definitely something, they just released or at least they just said that the guy who did that at that Frontier, he was suicidal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it wasn't somebody just wandering aimlessly. So that's you don't know. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes people don't even say a thing and you have no idea. And sometimes they do. But 29 years old playing in the NBA. Goodness me. Let's do something that makes us smile a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Hot take Tuesday.
Oh, Hot Take Tuesday. We've got a hot take right here. 9912. It's a Florida number, so automatically weird. Reese's peanut butter cups, peanut butter and chocolate don't go together. Whoa.
Boy.
That's some fighting words.
Those are fighting words. A lot of you out there, too, who keep saying things about Miracle Whip compared to mayonnaise. Stop it.
Get therapy.
You're embarrassing yourself. All right? You're embarrassing yourself. The food thing, I'm going to tell you guys. I eat like a 5-year-old. I like plain stuff. Some things in life, donuts, they're not supposed to be an art form. Okay? Donuts. Pizza. It doesn't need weird stuff on it. Just let it be. Just my wife will order one of those weird ass. It's got artichoke heart and it's got flowers and it's got, all the crap. And she takes one bite, then eats the rest of the kids' pizza. Because those things might be good alone, but they're crappy together. So stop making stuff art forms and what do they call it? Foodie. Don't be foodie or fruity. Leave it alone. That's what we're saying. Bell, what you got for us?
I would rather be sandy and dirty than oily and sticky.
Wow, that is so bizarre.
Well, at least you'd be on the beach.
Yeah, that's kind of where my reference point is.
Yes.
I can't stand it's like the sand I'm fine with, the sunscreen I hate.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, just stay underneath the umbrella.
I hate sand. Sand stays with you forever. It does.
Okay, Anakin.
I'm serious. Did he say that?
Yes.
I had no idea. Look at that. Maybe he stole it from me. But if you've ever been to the beach, know this. Go right now and vacuum your car. You haven't been to the beach in 5 years, yet there's sand everywhere. You don't know where it came from. It never leaves you.
Yeah, I guarantee you I can find some in our car from years ago.
I know. And imagine what the Elantra's going to smell like when we have those big, giant tunas.
Get that big old tuna in it.
Woo-hoo-hoo, baby, I'm pumped about that. What you got for us, Ken?
The dentist office is the only place where someone says this won't hurt a bit, right before financially and emotionally body slamming your entire week, especially financially.
Yes. It is so.
Well, looks like this tooth we've been watching is.
Don't worry, I'll pull it at home. They used to do it at the cowboy shows. I could do it myself.
Man, I had 2 teeth pulled back whenever I was 19. They said, well, it looks like you're in need of a root canal. However, we could pull them for $25 a pop. I said, pull them.
Nice.
I was out of there with only spending $50.
So I broke my jaw, like one of the first games I ever played soccer when I was in Europe, and my tooth was never right. No matter how many times they had to, they were loose for a long time. They tried to do stuff to him to try to get him, pack him and stuff. And I lost half of my tooth in that game, and they had to put a crown thing on it in the whole 9 yards. And it was just never the same. And 2 years ago, it was just driving me crazy and wiggling. And I said, Steph, get this out. She grabbed pliers and she yanked it out. I was like, this sucks. And you know how much that cost me? Nothing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Because the dentist is crazy expensive. You know what else is crazy expensive? Vets.
Oh, yes.
The veterinarian is so expensive.
We finally found one that we absolutely love. And what I love about it is whenever you walk in, there's not a bunch of product on shelves that they're trying to sell you.
No, that's good. That's good.
Had some bad experiences with places like that. I'm not going to mention them.
Yeah,
But you know who you are.
Getting a good vet that, and they're like, well, you can always take out credit. You're like, what? What's the most you've ever spent on your animal?
Gosh, I don't know. I want to say I think we spent close to $1,000 on one of our wiener dogs. I can't remember which. Maybe it was Chloe or Bentley. I don't think we've spent that much on Fritz. He's still too young. But yeah, that can get expensive, man. And nothing against veterinarians out there. I know you've got to make a living, but I'm telling you, man, some of these places I've been into where all you see is product.
Yes.
I don't like those places.
No, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. What about you? What's the most you spent on one of your cats?
I don't think I want to say.
No, say it.
Just a little over 3,000.
They're like family, man.
I know. Well, now, what was wrong with it?
It had uremic poisoning because its urinary tract had been clogged and he wasn't able to pee. And, it ends up, causing blood poison. So,
Poor little fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after I spent the money, he lived for another 9 years, I think.
See, that's you also have to take it by age, right? Like if your cat's young or dog's young or whatever animal you have, and you know that it's got a good long life ahead of you, you're going to make a different choice than, taking it to Puppy Lake if it's, 16.
Yeah, when you're, I mean, it's difficult, but when your pet is, 12, 13 years old and things start happening like that, man.
It's about making it comfortable.
It's not making it comfortable, yeah.
And the minute they stop eating, then that's the time.
Yeah.
That's the time, yeah. I know a lot of people, you hear stories. People finance dogs now.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, there's health insurance plans for your pets.
Oh, I know. We have one of those cards because we had to, we spent $6,000 on our cat Theodore.
The pharmacist, the pharmacy at Walmart has signs to get your pet's medications there. Which, I know it shouldn't sound weird, but it does.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's so weird. You go there and you're like, I have trouble with fur balls. And for you, Belle, with your hair, they may think probably. It's one of those weird people. Yeah. It's one of those wackadoos. So just letting you guys know. All right, coming up, we got some of your hot takes. We'll go through some of them. Find out what the latest of the hantavirus is. Should I be worried? I was pricing masks last night online.
We got all ours out, man.
Okay, just in case, double checking.
Just in case.
I was spraying them down. Yeah, getting ready.
Well, and I was practicing. I wore one between Murfreesboro and Smyrna on my way in this morning. I just wanted to practice.
Oh, and by the way, the best thing to do, and he's right, is to wear it when you're in a car by yourself. Because that is truly one of the most dangerous things that you can do. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 98.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Full forecast in 5 minutes. And Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark has passed away at the age of 29. The team confirming his death today, though no cause has been released. Clark was a first-round pick in the 2019 draft. He spent his entire professional career in Memphis, named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team in 2020. We're getting a new look this morning about how much debt Americans are carrying from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Here's ABC's Mike Dubusky.
Credit card debt in the U.S. dipped slightly in the first 3 months of the year, according to the New York Fed, with outstanding card balances now at $1.25 trillion. But analysts say decreases like this usually happen in the first quarter as people pay off holiday spending. Overall, credit card debt is up over $70 billion from last year. When you add in mortgages, car loans, and other borrowing, the debt held by U.S. households now sits at $18.8 trillion, its highest level ever. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Latest inflation reports out. It shows prices getting even higher. Consumer Price Index showing prices 3.8% higher in April than they were at this time a year ago. More from ABC's Elizabeth Schulze, who says prices for virtually everything is higher, or rather are higher, largely fueled by higher energy costs.
We are also seeing this on top of other higher prices because of just overall inflation in the economy already. So think about when you look at electricity costs, those are going higher. Big spike in rent costs in this report. So net picture here, not a positive outlook. That headline number on inflation getting closer to 4% when the Federal Reserve's target is to get that inflation rate at about 2%.
That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Man, a lot of you chiming in about how much you spend on your animals when they get sick. And also, a lot of you are saying, spend a lot of money and still had to put it to sleep. Your dog, your cat, it's tough. Man, it's
do
tough.
that twice, man.
Ugh.
I hate that. Oh, I hate it.
It is.
Actually, yeah, twice.
It's hard. It is. Like, for me, so my mother has very little feel. We're not a close people. Like, I like to give my mom a hug because it makes her the most uncomfortable thing you've ever seen. She freezes.
Sure, she's not related to Dan Mandis?
No. Like, she makes Dan look like a warm and fuzzy guy. If you take your dog over, Mom, I'm going to be gone for 2 days. I've got to go play a soccer tournament somewhere. I'm going to leave my dog with you. Come back. Where's the dog? I don't know. My aunt's like, she took it to the vet. To do what? Put it to sleep. Like, that's my mom. She's never. Now she's got a dog she loves. So, but she was like, we used to always say, watch out for the white van. Because once my mom put it in the white van, it was over. It was over.
Man, one of our wiener dogs, little Bentley Boo, he had this big growth on his butt.
Ooh.
And, it wasn't like hard or anything like that, but it wasn't going away. And so I thought, well, gosh, what if it's something that if I don't take care of now, grows into something? Took him to the vet.
And?
Well, it was, number one, it was about $200 just out the door, just going in, just for them to see him. Then they wanted to run tests, and that could have run me $300, $400 a pop. And I said, you know what? Never mind. The next day, he didn't have it on his butt. It had fallen off. It was sitting right by his food bowl.
It was a Rolo.
I don't know what it was.
Your dog sat on a Rolo.
Yeah, what if that was it? But it wasn't that. I have no idea what it was to this day. But their little Boo was his butt free and clear of any tumors.
Oh, God.
And whatever that was, I have no idea what that was. I'm surprised he didn't eat it.
Yeah, because normally they do.
Bentley was one of those, he was one of those wiener dogs that he ate anything.
His arm fell off. I probably should eat that.
I watched him one time regurgitate an entire bird.
And then eat it up?
And then got right back after.
Of course, right? Because it just went down the wrong way.
Yep.
Right?
I am going to puke.
Isn't that awesome?
He was an odd little fella.
I love all it.
It's nasty.
It's just so weird.
His name was Bentley Boo.
Because I love animals. And, I won't even feed live to my animals anymore. First of all, it's not good for – a few of my animals like to chase stuff around, but it's not good for the rat. The mice are stupid. They will walk right over into the thing's mouth. A rat knows this is not good for me.
Yeah, rats are pretty smart.
Yeah, this is not good for me. I'm going to give you the hantavirus. Better watch out. And I'm like, you're not going to do that. It's too late. You're in there with him. And by the way, he's fine. His stomach's made of acid. The worst kind of, he could eat anything. They eat stuff that's months old laying on the ground dead. Yeah. But now a lot of you, the cost of, because you love your animal.
Oh,
because
man.
a part of your family.
They are.
And you're willing to spend that money. Even if you don't have it.
It's a blessing and a curse.
It is. It is. Like, you would look and go, I wish I hated this dog.
Yes.
But you don't. You're like, ugh. Like our dog now, Bowie. I'd sell a kidney if something happened because Charlie and him are attached at the hip.
Yep.
And there's just no way. She walked straight in to the place. We weren't even going to get a dog. They were asking us if we could foster a few of the bigger dogs so we had a massive yard. We walked in. She was 1.5 or 2. She walked straight over hundreds of dogs. She picks up this puppy, and she's never let it go.
That was it.
That was it. Now I'm stuck with this dog that its best move is looking like a derp. Derp. Barks at everything. But if something happened to it, I'd have to throw money down. That's how you know, the difference between our country and the rest of the world we'll spend thousands of dollars on our pets for Christmas, for Halloween. It's like, I don't know how many outfits I got to get my cat for Christmas and Halloween.
I don't spend a dime on toys because you'll spend.
They just want hair ties.
$25 buying cat toys, and then they play with a wadded up piece of paper.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, man, especially a cat.
So, yeah. Oh, Ken, somebody wanted to know that the bird that your dog ate, was it a dick sissel?
I don't know. I don't know if those live in Idaho.
Okay.
It looked like it was like a marlin or something.
All right, just want to
It
know.
had been in his stomach for a little bit.
A marlin. Not a real marlin, the kind we're catch with our big marlin tuna boat.
Yeah, not that.
Do people eat marlin?
I don't know.
I've never heard anybody go, oh, man, I had the best marlin last night.
It was great.
Do people, do they?
I don't, you know what? Maybe they do. Let's look it up.
Yeah, it's
if
considered
only
good to
we
eat.
had a way.
But I've never heard anybody say, I had marlin.
Maybe is that different than a swordfish?
Well, they have a sword.
Yeah, I think they have swordfish.
Yes, people eat marlin, and it is considered a delicacy in certain cultures, particularly in Japan, Hawaii, and parts of the Caribbean.
Though it should be consumed in moderation due to high mercury levels.
Yeah. Who was the actor that ate sushi all the time? Jeremy Piven. And he got mercury poisoning because he ate it breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mercury in fish.
We don't have to worry about it. Oh, Ken, everyone now wants to know, was it a woodpecker?
It wasn't a woodpecker.
Between turtles and woodpeckers, dude, you've got quite a reputation.
Yeah, I do. I never should have told those stories.
The FDA lists marlin as one of the fish with higher mercury content, advising caution for children and pregnant women.
And they'll stab you.
And everybody else is okay to eat the mercury.
Yeah, that's fine. As if you're a pregnant woman or anything like that, just don't. But if you're fine, just go eat the lead, the mercury, whatever's in it.
Wonder how much money we could get for a marlin.
That's a good question. Because I've never heard, oh, man, I had the best
Maybe
marlin.
Ken should actually pick the boat up before we start branching out.
Well, now that we found out that there's that Russian ship that sank with the nuclear stuff on it, I don't know what that's going to, how are we going to build a sub? You know what? We should call that guy that's going down all the time to see the Titanic. He builds good subs. Chad.
You talking about Cameron?
Huh?
You talking about Cameron?
No, the guy that went, the thing that blew up a couple years ago.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere.
No, he's not.
Yeah, what he did is he basically hollowed out a propane tank and put a window
That's
in
what
it
it looked like.
and just lowered everybody in a propane tank. All right, so
Jim Cameron's sub is
much better.
well, it looks much cooler too.
and it may have a restroom.
And by the way, he spent a few more dollars on it, and he has better tools than, I don't know, your Atari controller.
Yeah.
So what's marlin cost us?
Get this, boys. In the regular commercial seafood market, a marlin is only worth a few $100 to a few $1,000s. However,
Okay.
if caught during a major sport fishing tournament, a single marlin can be worth $1 million to over $6 million.
$6 million? What the hell's in the marlin?
Yeah, screw the
$5.5
tuna.
million.
Let's switch up.
Son of a biscuit eater.
That is insane.
Wonder if you can catch him with a worm.
Hey, you guys catch tuna? We got a bunch of night crawlers. Pretty good, though. We go to this little store, get them. They're all packed in there in this little foam thing. It's pretty nice. You guys don't even know.
We've got a bobber.
Hey, did you guys see that guy this weekend that caught that giant bass?
Yeah, a state record.
That thing was huge.
How big was it?
It was 27 inches long and almost 16 pounds.
Wow.
That is massive.
Big old big mouth bass.
That is huge. Huge!
I liked the name of the lure that he caught it on. I got to find that story because the name of the lure really, I love the name of fishing lures.
Yes. Yeah, they're kind of like horse names.
Yes.
And they're kind of like I love unique names and stuff. Like I was watching this weekend the 60 Minutes. Did you see he's a kid. He's the fastest guy on earth. Have you seen him?
No.
His name is Gout Gout.
Gout Gout.
He's he's Australian, and he was on 60 Minutes. He's 16. He already broke Usain Bolt's 200-meter record.
Interesting.
And the lady that trains him used to be like the part-time lunch lady. He's a brother. He's not Aboriginal. He's a brother. And she's this old Aussie woman. And they're like best friends. But it's not just, it is amazing. But his name is Gout.
I thought that was Kim Jong-un's nickname.
No, yeah, he's got lots of gout. He's got too much gout.
Yeah, Darren Nunley caught the record fish in Nickajack Reservoir on February 28th. The bass weighed 15 pounds, 7.5 ounces, measured 27 and 7/8 inches long. Whew. Now, what did he catch it on? Show me that.
I like the banjo minnow.
They're not listening. Oh, he used a jackhammer chatterbait lure.
As you do.
Yeah.
Man, you better watch out for those chatterbait lures. By the way, chatterbait, I think, is an adult site. Honest to God, I think it is.
It is.
Oh, it is. There, thank you, Bell. Bell's like, I'm not. I've never been there. Maybe. I don't know. I got an account.
Well,
whatever. What?
Well, let's look it up and see.
Oh, Lordy. The chatterbait lure, kids. Better watch out.
The jackhammer chatterbait.
Judge grants Florida prosecutors access to Tiger Woods' drug records.
Uh-oh.
Trouble brewing for the Woods.
Do you think some doctors could get into trouble?
Yes. Yeah.
Because
Tiger feels like he's got some country club skeezy brothers, buddies who hang out with him who aren't afraid to maybe throw him a few pre-scripts every now and then. Help him out, kind of like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
They got those doctors to the stars.
Yeah.
Matthew Perry's dealers were all licensed medical professionals, and they're in jail.
What about the guy that killed Michael Jackson?
Yeah, is he out now?
Yeah, I think he's out now. So, yeah, I think so. I think, I could see how some people got in trouble. That's why those guys are sweating it. Because I would tell you this, those guys will be in real trouble. Tiger's not going to be in that much trouble. He's the victim because he's an addict.
Yep.
And he flipped a car again. Isn't he over in Switzerland or somewhere in rehab?
I don't know.
I know he wasn't he given permission to leave the country?
Yeah, so I think he was
because they charged him, didn't they?
Yeah, they charged him, but he asked for permission to go into rehab. Because that's what you do in the world. You can't just come out anymore and say, God, I screwed up. What was I thinking? I got a problem. I should probably go to, a 12-step. Instead, it's like, I got to go to Switzerland for rehab.
Yes.
It's nice when you can afford that.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Coming up on his own plane, by the way, too. Coming up, a lot of stuff still to get to on this beautiful day. We're going to talk a little bit about Iran, but there's some interesting stuff that has gone on in the last 24 hours when it comes to Iran versus somebody. Well, now there's another somebody involved. And yeah, it's getting weird. It's getting weird, kids.
I think I know what you're getting. I think I know what you're talking about.
It's getting weird. We'll talk about that among other things. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Bulwark Capital. All right. So 2 Thursdays from now, 5:30 our time. My buddies over at Bulwark Capital, they're amazing. They're some of the best money people around. Are going to show you why looking at things like energy is important and why energy is so important across the board when it comes to markets. They're doing an Impact of Energy live webinar. Absolutely free, 5:30. By the way, they're up some ungodly amounts since the beginning of this year because they've been an early mover on oil. Common sense. That's what they do when it comes to their investing, and they're global investors, which I love. It's absolutely free for you. 5:30. They'll show you what they're all about. Risk mitigation, low risk, lower cost, lower volatility. How can they get you the most money when it comes to your retirement and your investments? It's free to sign up. The Impact of Energy webinar, Thursday, 21st, 5:30. Sign up now at knowyourriskpodcast.com, knowyourriskpodcast.com, or look them up at boardcapitalmanagement.com. Investment advisors served off through Trick Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk, not a guarantee. Past performance, not guarantee future results. Trick 2695.
U.S. household debt. Inflation is up. What about this federal gas tax suspension President Trump has suggested? And at least one mayor in Middle Tennessee says there needs to be a tax increase. We'll tell you about it at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
A tax increase? Yeah, well, yeah, okay. It's either that or your kids are going to have to teach themselves. So, which one do you want?
I let them teach themselves.
Can't be that wrong. Oh, man.
There's a lot of money news today, boys.
There is. The whole...
Everything.
How much in debt we are. You know, and it is... especially, you're seeing it now. The credit card debt is racked up. We know that. But also, like the student loan, they're starting to default.
Yep.
At high levels. You've got also repos are up in a major way. Because why? Because it's so damn expensive to buy a new car.
If you're buying a new car, you're pretty much a moron.
Pretty much. But you know what? I understand why some people do it. They're like, okay, I'm first of all, in many cases, they may not give you a loan for something else because they want to have some value just in case you don't pay the money back. But the other thing is people buy them for the warranty as much as anything else. They want that warranty.
What was it we were talking about? It was like during the holidays, I think. We were talking about how more than ever now, like most of the cars on the road today are at least 10 or 12 years old.
Yes.
Like everybody's hanging on to their cars, man.
Yes.
They do not want that payment.
No. And I watch these. One of the other weird things I watch, oddly enough, is this guy walk around and go, hey, Linda, at a car dealership, what do you drive and how much is your payment? She's like, 2024 BMW XJ, it's $1,142 a month. You're like, don't! But then you get people that I drive a Ford F1, F200, and it's $1,100 a month. That's insane. That's crazy. Stop it. Right, Bell? Bell knows. Don't even ask what Bell's payment is. Bell, what's your payment?
125.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Right? 125. Real American dollars.
Son of a biscuit eater.
I don't even know where he got that. He went back in time into the 70s to get
yes,
that.
Yes, he did.
That's insane. Coming up, hour number 3 of the program, Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 99.7.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. U.S. household debt hitting a new record, reaching $18.8 trillion at the start of the year. That according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York's latest quarterly report. Mortgage, auto, home equity loan balances all edging higher. Credit card debt dipped slightly after the holidays. Overall delinquency rates remained steady, but student loan delinquencies continue to climb. And the latest data on inflation shows a sharp uptick in prices, the fastest upward pace since 2023. According to the latest Consumer Price Index, prices in April were 3.8% higher than they were a year ago. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze says grocery prices have also skyrocketed, caused in part by higher energy prices due to the war in Iran.
Eggs are a bright spot. They're down more than 50% for a dozen eggs in the past year, but pretty much everywhere else we are seeing prices up across the board, including for groceries. A big jump in grocery prices in this April report.
We're waiting to see if anything comes from President Trump suggesting a suspension of the federal gas tax to help Americans. Rachel Scott.
The president now considering suspending the federal gas tax, which could lower prices some 18 cents per gallon.
It's a small percentage, but it's still money.
But President Trump will need the help of Congress to do that. Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune says in the past he's not been a fan of the idea. But if President Trump wants to make the argument, I'm sure everybody will give him a chance and hear him out. Meanwhile, some Democrats argue it would only be a short-term fix.
Here in Middle Tennessee, Gas Buddy putting the average per gallon today at $4.16. Also in Middle Tennessee, facing what he calls his toughest budget yet. Clarksville Mayor Joe Pitts pushing for a 31-cent property tax hike and reduced school funding. The mayor says the city needs more revenue to keep up with growth and quality of life demands. The school system says the cut could force difficult choices, especially in the new elementary school opening this fall. City Council in Clarksville to decide whether to approve or change the proposal next month. This next story is about protecting your money. Governor Lee signing new legislation aimed at protecting homeowners from HOA theft and fraud. The law requires homeowners associations to carry insurance that covers losses if HOA funds are stolen or misused. And federal regulators launching a probe into an autonomous taxi startup company after learning of more than a dozen crashes involving its vehicles. ABC's Jim Ryan says that at least one of the mishaps resulted in an injury.
Avride began offering robo-taxi service through Uber in Dallas in December, and within a month, one of the company's self-driving vehicles had clipped the open door of a parked pickup truck. Another attempted to change lanes to avoid a parked vehicle, instead colliding with a van in the next lane. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating. Avride says many of the accidents were the fault of the human driver in the other car. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
How about apples that are those apples? By the way, everybody's making fun of Bell's $125 payment. Bell put down $40,000. It's a 20-year note.
I bought a 6-year-old vehicle, and I put down, I think it was $6,000 because my other car got totaled in an accident. I got pancaked on Elliston.
Damn. That is, and your
rough.
car runs just fine. We were all, I mean, I wasn't really pulling for it, maybe a little. Like when he got hit by our little neighbor over here, Don.
Don Davenport from 3HL on WGFX The Zone.
Mm-hmm. Over there. And he's like, I just know they're going to total my car and I have like 4 payments left. I'm like, probably.
3.5.
3.5.
Thank goodness they didn't,
Yeah,
man.
I know. That would have
been terrible.
That would have been just horrible. I'm like, what do you do at that point? Because stuff is so expensive. Car payments are out they're just outrageous. We have a car payment, and it drives me crazy. I hate it.
I hate car payments.
It makes me uncomfortable.
I can't stand them.
And I can afford a car payment, and it still makes me very uncomfortable.
Right.
You guys have no idea. When I had my Saturn like 5 years ago, it was a stick.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. No car payment. It had like 90,000 miles on it when I bought it. It was awesome. I never had any. I could drive that thing forever. But my wife's like, before COVID, she's like, you're going to get stuck in traffic all the time, driving back and forth. It's going to be a nightmare. Get some with the cruise control, all the things. But I didn't want to get rid of it. I just loved it.
It's good exercise.
Yes, it is. And the other thing is, no payment.
No payment.
My insurance was like $48 a month. It was just beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
And you could drive those things forever. In fact, this weekend when I played golf with Keith, his truck was having issues. He goes, I shouldn't complain. It's got 300,000 miles on it. I'm like, that's awesome. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, the Elantra's getting ready to tip 125.
Really?
Yeah, we've got a Corolla that's about 225 right now.
Now, are you worried?
Nope. Like they're going to break down or something?
Yeah.
Nope, because I service them, man. I mean, I am like clockwork on service.
Nice. What about you, Bell? What's yours at?
You know what? I can't remember. I don't remember.
So when we bought this car, we have now, my wife's like, because we had the kids and she wanted, okay, I said, fine, you get it. I don't care. I wasn't even there. I didn't even see it till they brought it home because I will tell you guys this. I don't care about cars at all. In fact, just to give you guys a snapshot, my wife is going to go home in about 3 weeks back to her mom's house, which is our house. We own it, but grandma's not doing great, so they're going to go home for the summer and hang out. She's taking the car. And she's like, you'll be fine. I said, I'll be fine. I can walk back and forth to work. If there's anything crazy, Belle can pick me up. You know, Jack and I can Uber to golf or whatever we're going to do. I'm not worried about it.
You can take a Waymo, Brother Chad.
I could. I could Waymo it out. But I don't care. I've never cared about cars. If you got $1 billion, I bet you would. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even care. I mean, I don't care if I'm driving a Geo Metro. Does it get me where I'm going? That's all I care about.
We had some friends. We have some friends. They lived in Chicago. They didn't own a car. Didn't need it. Now, whenever they were going somewhere, that required them to drive, they'd go rent a car, for the day or for the weekend or something like that. But for the most part, man, Kevin just rode the trains.
Yeah. I mean, there are people that live in places like London, New York, Chicago, and they're adults and they've never had a license because they don't need one. But it is weird when you don't have a license. It is. But like you said, they don't need anything. You go outside, you get on a train, and you go. And the reason is we don't feel it here. It's the same reason that California and Texas don't feel it, and Florida. Because what do? Well, we build out. Those places all live in one area, and they built straight up.
They build straight up.
So everything is easy to get to. But I do like being able to just hop and go. So maybe I'll get, I told my wife, I said, maybe I'll buy just some cheesy Pinto wagon. I would totally. Man, I've been looking around like, okay, what about a Gremlin? I'm like, are you kidding me? You want to charge me $25,000 for a Gremlin? For a Gremlin, there better actually be a Mugwai in it. Was that the thing?
Absolutely.
That's what it was called.
Just
right?
don't get water on it.
No, don't. It always says after midnight. Well, what is after midnight? What's that constitute? Because this is after midnight.
Yes.
Is it like from 12 to like 1 in the morning? If you get it wet, you're screwed. But at like noon the next day, if it wants to take a bath, it's okay.
And when you take it into a different time zone, does it body automatically adjust for that?
That's right. See, these are all things that people need to think about, but they don't.
They are called plot holes.
And we've now fixed the plot holes in this. Somebody just told me about how, he's got a 2007 Ion, 203,000 miles on it. Statement, you are the man. That right
Yes,
there is
sir.
awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's the celebration right there.
One reason. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Somebody texted in a picture of their odometer, and it was 535,000.
You are a star. That is awesome.
Yeah, I looked up Toyota Corollas, which that's the one we have that's got about 225 on it. If you take good care of them, they can go beyond 300,000. So I've got some time with this. This is my son's car now, and he doesn't have to commute anywhere, just back and forth to work or with his friends or whatever. So that thing's we're not putting a lot of miles on that thing anymore at all. Change the oil, do all the service you got to do, man.
It's simple, right? Just simple. The simple things you just do. And the other thing, cars are built in a much better way. When we were younger, right, like most Fords and Chevys and stuff, they were kind of crap. Toyota came along and Honda, they changed everything, right? Because Toyotas, you could drive them forever. And now everybody's got to be good to at least 100,000 miles outside of Range Rovers. They tend to have problems. Bentleys, too. I'm not getting a Bentley. I wouldn't want a Bentley. Have you ever wanted a sports car? I've never wanted a sports car.
Well, I've got one. An Elantra.
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about the other Italian cars.
When Phil's Mercedes got hit by a deer, or when he hit the deer, they totaled his Mercedes and he went and bought a Bentley after that.
So when I worked in the brokerage industry, a lot of my friends, everybody had sports. I didn't. Again, it was back in the day. I didn't. I think I had one of those Mitsubishi Monteros that I didn't care about. Right, I could put my soccer stuff in there. It could stink. Nobody cares. But a lot of my friends had Ferraris. You try getting out of Ferrari, you're not cool. You're not. And as you get older, you're definitely not cool.
You fall down trying to get out.
It doesn't look cool when you have to do a stop, drop, and roll to get out of your car. No, thank you.
And you know that happens.
Oh, it does. You got to okay, so wait, I have to roll over and then on my knee and then I stand up. And now this is stupid. This is stupid. You know what? Give me a Saturn every day of the week. I'll take that all the time. Give me something like that. Somebody just sent me a picture of something. I'm like, does it drive? It's like some horrible Chevy car from the 70s. I'll take it every day of the week. All the time. And I could drive a 3 on the tree. There we go.
I liked driving a standard, man. I had 2 standards. I had a little S10 pickup, a little Nissan S10 pickup, and I had a Ford Festiva. And they were really good on gas.
Yeah.
I mean, they were, man.
That's the other thing. They're good on gas. And here's the other thing, too. When you learn how to drive and you learn how to shift in the right way, baby, you can ride those brakes forever.
Absolutely.
Especially when you got no money. Don't worry about that. It's going to be all right. Yeah. But it also saves money, which is a wonderful thing. And if you have issues, these are easier to fix. I mean, and the cars. Again, cars today now are computers. And it's not one chip. A lot of people think there's a chip. There's 1,000 chips.
Ours asks if we want to take a break. And all of a sudden a coffee cup with a little steam coming out of the top of the cup appears on the screen.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What is that, your Subaru or whatever it is?
That's for the Rogue.
Oh, that's crazy. That is. Do you want to take a break? From what?
Ready for a break? Yeah, you take over.
Oh, look at everybody sending us how much their cars have. Oh, an AMC horn. That's the thing. I would like to have the world's weirdest car collection. People come in, you see all these influencers, this is my Lambo Countach or whatever the hell it is. I don't even know what it is. And this is my blah, blah, and my Bugatti. And you go over my house this is my Pinto wagon, and it's on bags.
Yeah, Brother Sapicki, Representative Scott Sapicki texted me. He's got an F-250 diesel, 299,000 miles.
That's what I'm talking about there. That's a win. Well done, Scott. That's good manufacturing. It is good, and it's also you took care of it.
Yep.
That's the thing. You took care of the vehicle. You got, light comes on, you go in, you check it out, you get the oil change, make sure the brakes are okay, make sure you got the wiper fluid. Even I'm not that silly, but everything good.
And brake fluid.
Brake fluid?
And brake light fluid.
Oh, absolutely. and get the fluid for the tires. People forget about that. They don't get enough fluid for their tires.
Well, and if people want, we can change that for them.
Yeah.
For a flat fee.
For a flat fee. We do that for a flat fee.
You don't need fluid for the tires. You just put water in them.
If you're, you're right. Because the other stuff is it's just fake additive anyways. It's not even real. God, look how many people are. I love how many people are sending us how much that they've put on their cars.
245,000 miles on a 2020 Mazda. 6 years and 245.
That's a salesman right there.
So when we bought this car, it came with like 100,000 mile warranty and everything. And Steph, because I was driving so far, she goes, "This will be good too, just in case." And because I was doing almost 200 miles a day, I was putting up a lot of miles. We got to like 89,000 miles. And then we drove out here. And we're just now getting to 100. And we've been out here for 2 years.
Awesome.
So, but, goodness me. I tell you what, I just want to get rid of that payment.
Yeah, that's, my wife works from home. So our Rogue, that's her car. We fill it up maybe once a month, if that.
How much you have left on your note, Chad? How many months?
I don't know because I think we owe we pay $400 a month's our thing, but we pay like $600 because I just want to pay it off as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I could sell it now, and I'm not underwater on it, but she likes it. But I'm just gonna get something cheesy. I'm a literal. I don't care if it's a duster. I just want to go from point A to point B. I don't care.
Just make sure when you buy it that the air conditioning's already broken.
Absolutely.
That's saving me gas, too.
Absolutely. There's a few things I need. I need to have at least one cup holder.
Yeah.
Just one. I need to make sure there's an ashtray in there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't smoke, but I would like to know there's a remnants of somebody who did at one time. And the radio has to at least be half-ass.
It's got to at least be AM.
Yeah, at least. And then we're good.
And the little buttons that you can push.
Oh, those were great. Remember, you'd pull it out to set it, then you push it back in, and you never had to worry again. Those were the days, kids. Those were the days. All right, coming up, Hot Take Tuesday. What is your hot take? Remember, it's non-political. We'll get a little hot take on this. Hot Take Tuesday. And remember, One Hit Wonder Wednesday tomorrow. Currently,
you're the champion.
I am the champion. Oh, who will win? Bell is here again tomorrow, yesterday, in the before times, yet somehow behind us. So he's back to try to take it away. Ken looking for another victory. So get your one-hit wonder in as well. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor. Get the relief you need because you're sick and tired of being in pain. And we're not talking about like you're slipped in bulging disc and you broke your back. We're talking about the everyday aches and pains of your ankles and your joints and your muscles and stuff like that. That's what Relief Factor is. Inflammation, and it goes after it hardcore. This is what I want you to do. I want you to get yourself some Relief Factor. It is amazing. It is going to help you in a tremendous way. Fight off those aches and pains and that nightmare that's out there when it comes to just sometimes waking up and being sore. This stuff's great. And if you're playing sports, you're working out more, you're doing any of that stuff, you watch what happens. Naturally formulated, this fights it from the inside out. It's not masking the pain. It fights the pathways of inflammation, and it wins. Try Relief Factor now. Get ready for this. $19.95, 3-week quick start for you when you go to ReliefFactor.com. ReliefFactor.com. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800-4RELIEF for Relief Factor. When you got issues at your home, you need it done right. They are the best around. Who are they? They're the pros at Busy Bee. Plumbing, heating, and cooling. Right now, take advantage of special financing. New HVAC systems with up to 12 months, no payment, no interest, no prepayment penalty on approvals vary by credit. And here's the twist on this amazing deal. You're going to get a free Yeti Tundra 45 cooler when you install a 17-SEER or higher high-efficiency HVAC unit. Now, if you want healthy air, they got you covered right there. What? The Healthy Hive exclusive. This gives you electronic air cleaner, whole home UV system, regularly $2,800 yours, $2,299 installed. Plus, Busy Bees can handle all of the TVA rebates for you. You're going to get $800 back on the mini-split systems, $500 to $800 on heat pump systems, and even a $50 rebate on AC tune-ups. If you need plumbing help, they've got you covered on whole home repipes. Right? You can save up to $300 there, $500 on water distribution repipes. Call Busy Bee today, 615-775-7833, or online at busybeehvac.com.
Another Middle Tennessee mayor wants to raise property taxes. The latest data on inflation and Americans' household debt. All these stories and more at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, Hot Take Tuesday. We do it every single Tuesday. We get a little hot, and we take it to you. Hot Take Tuesday. Woo, Hot Take Tuesday, sizzling hot. Ken, we'll start with you.
All right. The dentist office is the only place where someone says, this won't hurt a bit, right before financially and emotionally body slamming your entire week. Especially financially. Teeth. Why do we got to have teeth?
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, there is. And you know what? You're finding more and more people that, like companies that have created, like you're missing a couple teeth where you can go online, get a mold make, and they'll send you something that fits rather than spend $28,000 for 2 teeth. Oh, that's insane, right? That is insane. I'm telling you guys, though, it's just cheaper to go to Mexico. Spend a weekend. They'll take care of you.
Yeah.
They will.
Plus, Xanax is over the counter there.
Yeah, you have no.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. Dude, let me tell you, Mexico is amazing for everything being over the counter. You're like, I need some Ritalin. Here you go. You're like, all right, sounds cool. Adderall, we got it. You know, like, I need this. Yeah, it's fine. It's just, they don't care. So when you go to Mexico, it is so amazing. And I just crossed the border, and we go to our dentist right across the border in Yuma. It's just great. And if you had anything big done, they put you up in like a spa hotel. And it's still way cheaper than going and getting a tooth pulled somewhere. That's silly. Ken's right about that. For me, I love, if you guys know, I'm pretty much a foodie. By that, I mean, I like the 4 food groups. Tasty and nice being the number one things. Macaroni and cheese being the other 2.
Yeah.
I don't need truffles on anything. Okay, there doesn't need to be weird crap on a donut. A donut should be, hey, that's a chocolate old-fashioned. That's a cinnamon roll. That's a twist. That's a chocolate bar. I don't need to know, oh, by the way, there's bacon in there. And over here, we've put sriracha or avocado. No, I don't need fish on any pizza. Pepperoni, sausage, move on with yourself, okay? Stop messing with our memories with your crappy, weird, adventurous food.
I don't like barbecue pizza.
No, that's weird, too.
I don't know.
It's not right in your mind. Like, I like the barbecue, and I like pizza, but I like you two together.
Have you seen the sauce that Domino's has now?
No, what is it?
I don't know. It looks kind of light orange. But I'm like, why do we need a sauce for pizza? We don't need a sauce for pizza.
Isn't there sauce on my pizza? Why do I need extra sauce? Like, if I like
want extra sauce, I'll ask for extra sauce on the pizza, not in the little container.
Exactly.
I like to dip mine in blue cheese.
Oh, that's fine. Or a little ranch. I'm okay with that, but I don't need extra weird sauce. Like Cane's. I love you, Cane's, but I don't like your sauce. Other people might think that's wrong. I got Cane's this weekend, even had some today. I need barbecue sauce. And every time they're like, we don't do that. We only have cane sauce. Well, whatever. Jerks. What do you got for us, there, Bill?
I would rather be sandy and dirty than oily and sticky.
Yeah. So true.
I don't mind the sun and the sand at the beach. I don't like the sunscreen.
Yeah.
It's goopy and it makes me feel greasy.
I'm telling you, though, Bill, that can't be your lead line on your dating profile. It's not going to work.
No. It's not. My lead line is, I promise not to beat you.
Yeah. My lead line is, how do you feel about the woods?
Are you a fan of basements?
Pickle loaf or bologna?
Pickle loaf? What's that weird bologna that has gelatin in it?
I don't know.
You know
All
what I
of
mean?
them?
That has that weird kind of like
I don't know, man.
bratwurst too. Ugh.
I saw someone today making pulled bologna. They took a big old thing of bologna and they were running it through a cheese shredder.
Bologna is really just a giant hot dog.
It is. For me, I like Kodo salami. That's kind of like the upper crust of bologna.
What kind of spices does it have?
I don't know. It just tastes good. What does Jim Gaffigan say? If you're eating a steak, something must be special. If you're having some bologna, you might be special.
That's me every day. I can't stop eating bologna sandwiches.
See, and you guys get on me because I maybe eat a little bit of the the peanut butter.
A little bit. Dude, you need an intervention.
But see, okay, so I come in today. All right, I was up at 1:40 in the morning. I get in here at like 11:15. I've had 3 bites of peanut butter, and that's all I've eaten all day, and I've been up for 9 hours. So settle down. God, everybody's always picking on me. Somebody sent me a Pinto wagon for sale that's bright red with a Ferrari sticker on the side. It is amazing. It's 20 grand, but it lights up and it does all kinds of stuff. That is money well spent.
Does it drive?
I don't know. Yes, I think it does drive. It only has like 20,000 miles on it, too.
Dang.
Yeah, I know, right?
When did they stop making those?
In the 70s, right? 80?
Was it?
Maybe like 1980.
Man, somebody did not use that car.
No, somebody. Well, yeah. I was watching something the other day, one of those on the reels. There was a car for sale. It was a truck. And the truck was like a 1982 something or Silverado, whatever. And it was like 100 grand. It was brand new. Nobody had ever driven it. It had like 18 miles on it. Brand new.
I mean, that's still considered new if it's on the lot.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was. Somebody had it and they used it as a display and they never stopped using it as the display.
Wow.
So, all right, coming up, we'll talk a little bit about something, I'm sure. I don't know what it is going to be. We could talk a little Iran, or we could just have more fun because, to be honest, there's enough chaos out there. I try to be the respite between Chris and the chaos and him talking about serious stuff. You know, it's like, oh, boys shouldn't play girls' sports or whatever it is. And then Matt is going to be like, he's coming at you hard. And then we're going to talk about, birds and stuff.
Well, Matt does talk about raccoons in his defense.
He does. My wife is terrified that when she leaves for these 3 months, I'm buying a raccoon. And you know what? She should be.
She might.
Capybara.
We'll talk about it when we come back. Chad Benson, Super Talk 987.
Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Right now in Middle Tennessee, News Channel 5 says Clarksville's mayor wants homeowners to pay more while schools get less. Under a new budget plan, Mayor Joe Pitts proposes a 31-cent property tax increase and a rollback of extra funding for local schools. School board leaders say the move could create a multi-million-dollar shortfall with no easy fixes, but the mayor says other costs are mounting. The budget now heads to City Council with a June deadline. Latest data on inflation showing a sharp uptick in prices, the fastest upward pace since 2023. According to the latest Consumer Price Index, prices in April were 3.8% higher than they were a year ago. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze says prices in virtually every area are higher, and households are also carrying more debt.
The concern here is that when you look at this inflation data, now you have prices going up faster than people's paychecks. So it becomes a lot harder to absorb those higher prices if your salary is not also going up. That had not been the case for a couple of years now. The fact that we're starting to see those prices outpace take-home pay is really a red flag in the overall economy.
Yeah, Americans carrying more debt than ever, with the total household now at $18.8 trillion, up slightly from the previous quarter, marking a new all-time high. Mortgage debt still makes up the largest share, followed by auto loans, credit cards, and student loans. Federal Reserve researchers say overall late payments are holding steady, though stress is building for some borrowers. We're waiting to see if anything comes from President Trump's suggestion to suspend the federal gasoline tax to help Americans.
With the war in its 11th week and the Strait of Hormuz still virtually at a standstill, Americans are feeling the squeeze. Gas prices are up $1.55 since the war began, now hovering around $4.50 a gallon. And a new poll shows a majority of Americans, some 63%, say their household's personal financial situation has taken a hit from those rising prices at the pump. The president now considering suspending the federal gas tax, which could lower prices some 18 cents per gallon.
It's a small percentage, but it's still money.
But President Trump will need the help of Congress to do that.
That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, guys. Wellness Institute in Nashville. You were just talking about my friends over the Relief Factor. They do different things, right? Like for your little aches and pains. This is the real stuff. Like your back's out, like a disc thrown. You're like, I'm going to have surgery. Not with Wellness Institute in Nashville. They got you covered. Dr. Mitchell, my doctor, should be your doctor. Amazing, incredible. And he got us the belt for One Hit Wonder Wednesday. Thank you so much. Go to painisbad.com or call 615-246-5009. When you're in a situation where you know this isn't good, right? Like this is, you're thinking about going on and maybe taking painkillers, maybe injection surgery. Don't do that. Go see the Wellness Institute of Nashville. They're going to take care of you. And right now they got Medical Bay 1. It is like being in a spaceship. Futuristic healing, okay? Machine that massages your body while doing full body lasers. Red light. These things are incredible. Now, these are near infrared and also add stem cell simulations for tissue regeneration and uses photons of wavelengths for the ultimate in healing. It's incredible. That's what I love about it. $33 off each visit right now for their epic spinal special. Go to the Wellness today. Go to painisbad.com, painisbad.com, or call 615-246-5009, 246-5009 for the Wellness Institute in Nashville. All right. Omaha Steaks. Grilling season's here. They've got everything covered. You want the best in steaks? They got it. You want the best in fillets? They got it. They got seafood. They got it all. They got the Burger Perfection Pack. Boom. The best burgers around. Ground fillets. Oh. They've got amazing brisket burgers. All of these things you're going to get in their package. It's less than $100. Top sirloin, New York. They've got it all. But on top of all of that, again, under $100, you're going to save $35. You use my code Benson. Get ready for this. 8 free Wagyu smash burgers. Boom! Nothing like them. These things are amazing, incredible. You are going to taste the difference in ways you cannot believe. And they're made for the grill. They're not going to fall apart. Easy to flip. They're incredible. This is what I want you to do. Save big. Get ready for the grilling season by going to omahasteaks.com. Use my code Benson when you do. Save $35 off, $99.99 for the Burger Perfection Pack that's going on now at omahasteaks.com. Use my code Benson, save an extra $35 off at Check out Seaside for detailed terms may apply. Smoked bologna is great.
Yes, sir.
What kind of bologna? What's your go-to bologna?
I like thick cut bologna. Right now, I've been buying this Fields bologna.
Fields?
Yeah, it's real good.
I haven't even heard of that.
Thick cut.
No
But
Oscar
any
Mayer?
bologna. Nah, I really don't dig Oscar Mayer.
Well,
I don't know why.
But bologna's got a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. I don't. Bologna's got a second name.
But yeah, I'm gonna try this pulled bologna I saw someone on TikTok do. I thought, man, that's a great idea.
So they make it like a pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
bologna. Do they put anything in it?
Oh yeah, they cook. They fry it up, put barbecue sauce on it, a whole bunch of spices.
Nice.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
That's a good look right there. That's a tasty look. I gonna probably go home. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna have some chicken nuggets.
Well, of course you are.
We might do a pizza. I don't know. Crazy. If I'm really feeling crazy, Firehouse subs.
What's the oddest thing you dip? Is there anything odd you dip your chicken nuggets in?
No, I'll do barbecue.
Yeah.
Like that's it. I'll do ranch. But
yeah, ranch is good on it.
What was the thing they used to have? Didn't they used to have like almost a soy sauce kind of thing at one time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do those, but I'm not.
Get you some Chick-fil-A sauces, man.
Yeah, those are good, but I like barbecues. Just good, but it depends on the barbecue, right? Got to get that right barbecue sauce. I like a little sweet and tangy.
Ah, there you go.
But I've never been. Partially because my mother was the world's worst cook. Still is. She's awful. She is. She's like the worst. And because we were poor and like we used to have to eat liver like 4 days a week. Like I'd done something wrong. But she was so bad. She was like, it was so bad. It's like, why are you so thin? Really? Do you guys have to ask? First of all, we're poor. We have cheese from the government that doesn't, the grilled cheese. There's no grilling of this cheese. It burns the bread and it's still hard as a rock. Yay for being poor. Hey, what'd you guys have for dinner last night? Popsicles?
Air?
I was an Aeritarian. But
Glass of water.
till they turn it off. But I've just never, after that, and then I traveled Europe and I was adventurous for like 5 minutes. And then I realized as I get older, you know what? This is just, I don't have to worry. I know exactly the 5 things I'm going to eat. And I'm fine with that.
There you go, Brother Chad.
And no, do not put ketchup on a burrito or
sir.
spaghetti.
No, sir. Especially a burrito. Goodness.
I got a buddy who is from, he's the one who catches everything, right? He's got the palsy and all that stuff. The funny, we used to call it the fake palsy. It's not,
Like Bell's palsy?
Yeah, he got the Bell's palsy. We're like, you got the fake palsy? But he's from Ann Arbor, and he puts ketchup on his, because that's about as spicy as he can handle it. I'm like, you were the whitest human being I've ever seen. Ketchup is not spicy, first of all.
Not supposed to be.
Anybody who's putting ketchup on anything really is just doing it so they can eat the ketchup.
That's it. That's it.
That's like, with the baked potato. The only reason the baked potato exists is because it's a sour cream delivery mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. And chili and cheese.
Oh, that's
and
so
butter.
true. It's just, it's like, hey, you know what? This is America. Hey, you know what? I'd like to be able to eat my bowl. What do you have for me? Well, we've got this thing called a baked potato. Unless, of course, you're feeling crazy, then we've hollowed out this giant piece of bread. You're like, you know what? I am feeling crazy. Give me is it the carb-free bread? Oh, people, you guys get it. What kind of barbecue sauce? You know what?
I do Great Empire. Great Value.
I like the Great Value. We should have a Great Value car. It's just a plain car. It says Great Value on it.
That's pretty much what I have.
That is so awesome, though. How old's that thing?
2013.
Did you buy it new?
No.
Solid. Smart move.
No, it was, we bought it in 2015.
Ketchup on ramen noodles. Oh, God. No. By the way, I have ramen noodles
Oh, yeah?
Usually,
I got some in here.
Usually every day, now I got peanut butter back, so I don't, but that would be my go-to, like at 8 in the morning when I got hungry. I cook the ramen noodles, then I pour all the water out, then I put the sauce in, and I kind of give it almost like a spaghetti rather than the soup. Boom. There you go.
Yeah. I knew a dude who ate the noodles right out of the packet.
My kids do that. A lot of young kids do that. I think they're uncomfortably weird.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty hard on your teeth.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be. It isn't. And as we were talking about dentistry earlier, you know the expense of dentistry.
Yes, sir.
And vets, somebody said earlier that your vet tuition could be upwards of $400,000. So that's why they charge so much. That's what's that payment like a month? Which, by the way, is going to be with you forever.
Man.
That is insane. That is.
It seems like a situation where you'd almost have to work on a farm to be able to make enough to
or a
get
zoo.
your money. But
You have to go
zoo.
somewhere. It's like, I have to charge by the pound. So do you have any elephants I could fix?
Got any hippos at the zoo?
By the way, my sister, I asked my little sister earlier, we're talking about the cost. I said, Hunter, how much did you spend on your dogs? She goes, well, she spent like $8 or $10,000 on her dog to buy it. It is a like purebred Saint Bernard. She goes, but 2 weeks ago she had to have surgery. That was $6,600.
Goodness.
And then there's some sort of cost monthly. She said it's about $700 a month to feed and take care of him and do stuff with this. And she's got some insurance, and his food's about $160. That's why she doesn't have kids.
$160 a month?
Yeah, for the food.
That's a big dog.
It's a Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's a Saint Bernard, and it's the smallest dog in our house. Because my family's got Great Danes, and they've got these giant. I don't know. They look like what are those white things in Star Wars? Tauntauns or whatever? Yeah. What was the big thing with that they cut?
What was that?
They cut and got inside of it.
That was a tauntaun.
Okay, that's what they look like without the tusk.
Dr. Friday has Great Danes.
I love Great Danes, and they're apartment dogs. People don't realize everyone's like, you need a big room. No, you don't. First of all, if they move too much, you have to take all their food away because their stomachs will flip inside out. They like to go for very tiny walks. They just like really to sit there. And that's why
take up space.
Yeah, but they don't live very long.
That's, yeah.
You know?
What is it? The average, like 8 to 9 years?
If that, yeah. We got our dogs from, what's his name? Burt Ward. That's where my mom gets
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Burt Ward's like, if you guys don't know, he was Robin.
Awesome.
So him and his wife rescue Great Danes. So that's where we get our dogs from, our Great Danes. So they have a house out in the True Valley of the Dirt People, like Norco or somewhere out there. And they have it's like 2 properties. And the front house is this giant, like, house that's just for the dogs because they rescue them. But they don't live very long. And that's a tough thing to go through all the time. And they have all kinds of problems.
By the way, Representative Scott Sapicki says, if you go to vet school in Tennessee, we have a program to help pay off your vet student debt.
There you go. That's better than the other stuff.
I think it'd be great to be a veterinarian, man.
You know what? You say that, but think about having to, like being a pediatric, like oncologist. It's got to be horrific.
Oh.
But a vet.
You got to have a calling.
Yeah, that's a calling. But, it's like being a divorce attorney. I've had a couple friends who are divorce attorneys there after a while. It's like, I can't anymore with the kids. It's just horrific.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
The same thing goes for being a vet. Having to put animals down all the time has to be exhausting.
I think after a while, you got to get inured to that kind of thing.
Do you want to be, though?
I don't think you want to be, but you do. I mean, can you imagine if, like, surgeons, if they didn't get over and it didn't become routine to them, because they go from being nervous as hell the first time they have to slice somebody open to, I do this every day.
Yeah, well, no.
And I want my doctor to look at it like, he's working on a car.
No.
Because otherwise he's going to get emotional.
I want my doctor to be an awful human being who thinks he's God. Right? Like, what was?
And you don't want to be the person that proves that wrong.
No, but do you remember what was that movie with Alec Baldwin when he was getting sued, And he stood up there and she goes, "Do you think you're God?" And he's on the stand because he's this big surgeon. He goes, "In the operating room, I am God."
I vaguely remember what you're
And
talking
so it's like, that's what you want. But I think the difference is with animals, it's especially if they're young, if they're old, it's different, right? They've had a long life, a good life. But even then, because you're not putting people to sleep every day in the operating room. You're not a very good doctor if everybody dies at least once or twice on your shift.
We're sorry, Mr. Kevorkian.
I would want to be a large animal veterinarian because I would much rather run my arm up a cow's butt than put pets to sleep. That's
Well,
for sure.
you're just kind of kinky that way, though.
Yeah. You know what? I feel the same way. And my neighbors are like, "Stop it." Oh, my Lord. So, you guys.
Those farm animals, man, they got to have doctors.
They got to have doctors. But then eventually you have to put a horse down. And that's weird because, you know what? There's no gurney for that. So they bring in a giant thing to scoop them up. I'm going to be a fish doctor. I only treat betas.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you only treat jam bands.
Jam bands. Yeah, I'd put them all to bed forever. All right, coming up, we're going to wrap it up. Matt is here. I've seen him walk by a couple times. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997. Wrapping it up on this Tuesday. You know, we're talking about vets and bills, and just the guy to talk to because Munson was expensive.
Hi.
Little Munson.
Larry Munson. Yeah, Larry Munson had the cancer. So
how old's Larry?
Munson is now 11.
Okay.
He was, I guess, 9 when we had his surgery.
He had butt cancer.
He had butt cancer, and Munson's surgery cost me more money, and it wasn't even close, than my shoulder replacement surgery. Damn. Now, obviously, I have insurance, and I understand that I don't have insurance for Munson, so I
but
get
if you'd have paid cash,
but
it'd probably be cheaper.
I'm talking about out-of-pocket expenses. My total out-of-pocket expense for shoulder replacement was $4,600, and my out-of-pocket for Munson was like $75.
Oh.
$100.
And Munson's doing great now.
Oh, he's doing fabulous. So, I mean, but what are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
right? I mean, that's the.
It's a family member.
What are you supposed to do?
It is. It's a family member.
So you say, I mean, and I guess you get to a point in life where, you know, I don't understand those people. I guess I do. I mean, people think of it differently, and I try not to judge them. I try not to be too judgy on this because people get real defensive. But Munson was my family member, and so it really didn't matter what the people said to me about how much it cost.
Yeah.
If I know that what I'm about to do is going to save his life, at least for the next several years, I'm not going to say, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go ahead and put him to sleep. I'm not going to do that.
So you wouldn't have, like, if they said, look, this maybe gives him another 6 months or a year.
No, that's
a different story.
That's different. No, they said that, said we've got to take this out, and there may be a little bit of temporary incontinence, but we expect a full recovery, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, if they were like, hey, we can get him another. And I get it if they're 12 or 13 or 14, but, you know, I don't even think he was 9 yet.
No.
So, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
He's doing good.
He's doing great.
That's great.
He's loving life.
I get people make those decisions. I'm with you. I don't, especially if they're young. So we found this cat, came into our house one day in Arizona. We didn't know who, nicest, greatest, cruelest cat in the whole wide world. We didn't know whose it was. And he just adopted us. And then, like, we're fine, we're keeping him. We named him Theodore. After 2 weeks, he goes outside, comes back in, and he's limping, and his leg is dangling.
Aww.
Somebody had shot him. We'd had him for 2 weeks. We took him into the vet, and they were like, it's going to be, like $6,000 to take his arm off and to fix it all up. And I'm like, well, we're not. I mean, I can't do that to this cat. He's been a great cat. We only had him a couple weeks. They go, they have an owner. We found his chip. We called him, and the adults on the phone said, yeah, the kids already think the cat's dead. So, yeah, you just do whatever you want.
It's so awful. I mean, and every time I bring up this pet conversation, people say it's just a dog. Well, okay.
It's not just a dog.
I just think, so I'm going to think differently than you. And I understand that dogs' relationships with human beings have progressed and grown over, generation after generation after generation. And you and I just think differently about pet ownership. Yeah. And we can just leave it at that and remain friends, because otherwise this conversation will continue to go sideways.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I've got kids, and you know what? My kids love, I was saying, Charlie's little dog, whatever happens to it, if something was to happen to little old Bowie.
Just open the checkbook,
Open
baby.
the checkbook. If they need my kidneys, you're going to get my kidney. It doesn't matter, because we love that dog. It's a family member, and part of our memories in life are with those animals.
That's right.
That's it. What are you talking about today?
We're going to follow up on everything that's going on in the state of Tennessee, everything's going on in Virginia. Obviously, we're going to talk about those things. We're going to get away from the world of politics on a couple of occasions. We'll talk about the Franklin Rodeo, which is a great charitable rodeo coming up at the 6 o'clock hour, and a couple of other things. So we're very excited.
Right on. A lot of fun. You guys have a good one.